All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Heartland Championship Wrestling here on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave with action from Patriot Championship Wrestling. I will ask for your forgiveness in advance as I am fighting with my allergies and my voice is not up to its usual standards tonight. But we have three very exciting matches coming to you from Washington, D.C., all of which are championship caliber matchups. Earlier in the evening here in Washington, D.C., we had several matches to kick off the show. The card opened with a heroic performance by Rocky Johnson in tag team competition. Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas took on the team of Mr. Fuji and Mr. Saito. And very early in the contest, it was Rocky Johnson who had to take over as Tony Atlas was blinded by the salt thrown by Mr. Fuji. And Johnson had to go it alone for most of that match. And Johnson was able to prevail after submitting Mr. Saito with the Boston Crab. Atlas finally came to his senses and was able to pull Fuji off of the apron to prevent his interference. The next matchup was equally wild as Demolition defeated the British Bulldogs by countout after Axe and Davey Boy Smith both went through a table at ringside. And it was Axe who was able to make it back to the ring ahead of the 10 count. Davey Boy Smith was not, and that bout ended in a countout victory for Demolition over the British Bulldogs. Then we saw the team of Dominic DeNucci and Don Leo Jonathan pick up a victory over the Valiant Brothers in a number one contenders match for the Patriot Tag Team Championship. So DeNucci and Jonathan will have a title match against the Wild Samoans. And just before we went to air, it was Harley Race winning a number one contenders match over Gorgeous George, and so Harley Race is now the number one contender to the Patriot Heavyweight Championship, which will be contested later tonight. But to kick things off, this match is huge. This is a number one contenders match for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. As you know, the tag team champions are now the team of the New Age Outlaws. And the Outlaws will defend their titles against the winner of tonight's opening televised matches here in Washington, D.C. And we are ready for action. Introducing first at a total combined weight of 544 pounds. They are Terry Bam Bam Gordy and Michael PSA's the Fabulous Freebirds. Former World Tag Team Champions, having lost the belts to the New Age Outlaws, but there are no automatic world title rematches in the Heartland. You've got to earn your way back to the top of the ladder, and that's what the Freebirds aim to do tonight, but they have stiff competition indeed. At a total combined weight of 616 pounds from the Isle of Samoa, Afa and Sika, the Wild Samoans. So it will be the Wild Samoans against the Fabulous Freebirds. And the winner will get the shot at the New Age Outlaws for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. And with that, fans, we are ready for action. It will be Wild Samoan Afa starting things off against Michael P.S. Hayes to open this contest. And it is Afa who takes the opening initiative. And he just comes right out with an eye gouge right between the eyes of Michael P.S. Hayes. Hayes is staggered. He tries to get over the corner and cannot get there. And it is Afa who follows up with just biting the head of Michael P.S. Hayes. Afa taking no prisoners here in the opening contest as we say hello to Frank Wainscott. Welcome to the chat room. And now Afa is going to fire off a series of pectoral chops, wailing away on the chest of Michael P.S. Hayes. And now it is Afa with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Hayes, and a big kick from Afa stuns Hayes. Hayes is staggered backward. Afa tags into Sika, and they're going to try a double team here, but it is Hayes who ducks. And there is a collision between Afa and Sika, and that is going to put Hayes in control, as Afa and Sika mistimed their double team attempt. And Hayes is able to take control, and Hayes with a jumping elbow smash onto Sika, and immediately Sika rolls out of the ring, and we're going to have action on the arena floor. And on a roll of 6, it is Sifa who grabs Michael P.S. Hayes and slams him face down onto the steel steps at ringside. Will we see a disqualification here? No, we will not. Sika in control now as the action returns to the ring. And the Samoans are going to go for the double team Samoan drop. This is a finishing maneuver. And we're going to see a distraction at ringside from Buddy Roberts. The distraction is not successful. Let's see, what is going to happen here? The distraction is not successful. And on a roll of 5 or lower, we'll have a pinfall. And on a roll of 4, he got it. Just like that, the Wild Samoans pick up the win on a double team Samoan drop onto Michael P.S. Hayes. And we have new number 1 contenders to the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. And boy, I don't have anything but feeling sorry for the New Age Outlaws having to deal with this duo of Afa and Sika in their first defense of the newly won NWA World Championship, World Tag Team Championship. All right, so the Samoans are your winners as Sika pins Hayes. And it will be the Wild Samoans facing the New Age Outlaws for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. Coming up next, a great rivalry in Patriot Championship Wrestling, as these two men have traded the Patriot Heavyweight Championship back and forth on a couple of occasions. And tonight it is 2 out of 3 falls to settle it all. Introducing first the challenger, 5'10", 236 pounds, out of Louisville, Kentucky. He is known as the Strangler, Ed Lewis. And his opponent from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, is your reigning and defending Patriot Heavyweight Champion. He is Kurt Angle. So Kurt Angle and Ed Strangler Lewis fixing to go 2 out of 3 falls for the Patriot Heavyweight Championship. And this should be a good one. Both these men, fine technical performers. Lewis, of course, not hesitant to bend the rules when it serves his advantage. But Angle can go with the best of them. And it will be 2 out of 3 falls. And the opening initiative roll does go to Kurt Angle, your reigning champion. And Angle is going to start things off with an attempted chest drop on the top rope. He gets under Lewis, picks him up, and drops him chest first across the top rope. And now it is going to be Angle with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Lewis. And on a roll of 5, it is Lewis who comes off with a flying shoulder tackle that takes Angle down to the mat. Lewis now in control. And Lewis is going to get Angle up to his feet and apply the front chancery. Fine wrestling move there by Lewis, holding the front chancery. Angle with the reversal. Goes, ducks under, goes behind, and takes him down with a waistlock takedown. And a little ride as Angle takes control. And Angle is continuing to ride, but Lewis now is going to counter that. And Lewis takes Angle over in a head scissors. Lewis applying the head scissors now to Angle as Angle is down and looking for an escape. Lewis still in control. And what's Lewis going to do now? He is going to go for, as Angle gets to his feet, Lewis with a series of rabbit punches blows to the back of the neck. Unseen by the referee, we mentioned that Ed Lewis is not afraid to bend the rules to his favor, and now Lewis with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Kurt Angle. And on a roll of 12, it is a big power bomb by Ed Lewis that takes Angle up, over, and down hard to the canvas, and Lewis quickly is in control. And now Lewis goes to the headlock. Strangler's headlock applied. The submission here is on Snake Eyes only, and Angle survives, but the advantage now is clearly in the favor of Ed Lewis, and now he has the headlock again. Maintaining that headlock, the submission roll here is 3, and Angle again is able to survive. But Lewis is in control here, and now it is going to be an attempt at a bear hug powerbomb. That is a choice E maneuver, meaning that he will have to roll a 7 or lower to complete that successfully. And on a roll of 7, Lewis gets him over with the bear hug powerbomb, and he's going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 4, but on a roll of 9, Angle kicks out and the match continues. Lewis still in control here. He is dangerous when he is in control, and now he goes back to the headlock. Lewis with a triple finisher on that headlock. Now the submission roll is 5 or lower, and Angle again is able to power his way out. But Angle has been completely on the defensive here for the last several minutes of this match, and Lewis goes back to the headlock. Back to the Strangler's headlock, and this time he gets the submission. So the first fall goes to Ed Lewis by way of submission. And Kurt Angle is in some trouble here, as he has been taken through the paces, and we're going to go to a break now in the action. We get 30 seconds between rounds, and that is a -1 fatigue token for both wrestlers. But Angle did no damage whatsoever to Lewis in that first fall, and Lewis is completely in control of this contest. As we come out to start fall number 2, Angle needs to win 2 consecutive falls to retain his championship. Angle does win the initiative roll here, goes right to the double leg takedown, but Lewis is able to counter that with a single leg takedown of his own. Angle gets to his feet. They come together again in the center of the ring. Here's another single leg takedown, and again Angle slips free. Lewis this time goes for the head scissors. As Angle slips free, Lewis with the single leg takedown and the head scissors applied. But no, Angle is able to reverse that, and he just picks up Lewis and slams him down to the canvas with a power bomb. Good power move by Kurt Angle to break free of the head scissors and score with the power bomb. Quick cover by Kurt Angle, and no pinfall there. But Angle now in control, and Angle is going to go to the It's going to go to the backbreaker. And another cover after the backbreaker. And Lewis able to kick out again, but Angle has taken control here in the second fall. Dave, how many matches do you have before you end a feud? Good question. This is not really a feud. This is a rivalry with the heavyweight championship at stake. So with my territorial championships, the winner gets, or if the champion loses his title, he gets an automatic rematch. And if the champion wins that rematch and they're 1-1, then we go 2 out of 3 falls to decide the eventual champion. If it is a feud, then we have other ways of settling that. We will escalate to a specialty match, perhaps an injury, or a decisive conclusion one way or the other. But there's no defined endpoint to any given feud when it's a blood feud rather than a rivalry with a championship at stake like we have here tonight. So it is Angle in control, and Angle now is going to go for a moonsault. We've seen Angle pull this move off before. He is going to need a roll of 8 or lower to complete this on the choice E chart, and on a roll of 7, Angle scores with the moonsault, and Lewis is hurt. Angle follows up with another backbreaker, and now Lewis is going to go out of the ring. Action spills out to the arena floor, but on a roll of 11, What is going to happen here? It is Angle who comes out of the ring and smacks Ed Lewis with a steel chair. Angle desperate to keep his title. He could be disqualified here on a roll of 4 or lower. That's not going to happen. And Angle now takes the offensive as the match returns to the ring. And Angle now is going to go for the ankle lock. This is a 0 finisher, so on a roll of 4 or lower, Lewis will have to tap out, but on a roll of 10, the match continues. Now, every time Angle is able to apply the ankle lock, that adds 1 to the value of that finisher. So that is now a +1 finisher the next time Angle is going to lock it on. So we'll put the number 1 die there next to the ankle lock so that we will remember that. So Lewis escapes from the ankle lock the first time. Angle's still in control. And now it is Angle with the Olympic Slam and a cover. The pin here is 5 or lower. And on a roll of 8, Lewis is able to kick out. Angle in control now in the second fall. And now it is an overhead belly to belly, up, over, and down to the canvas hard goes Ed Lewis. Angle follows that up with a European uppercut. Lewis is staggered. Angle follows that up with another big power bomb. Lewis slow to get to his feet. Angle remains in control. Another big power bomb. Lewis starting to feel it in the lower back there, as Angle may be setting up for another Olympic Slam. But now it is a snap suplex that attempted by Angle. But oh, Strangler reverses that, and Strangler comes back with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Kurt Angle. And on a roll of 10, that is the power rating. And the power for these two men is even, so Lewis keeps control by taking Kurt Angle down with a running tackle. And now a double wrist lock applied by Lewis. And Angle is down. Lewis takes Angle down with a double wrist lock. And now the Strangler's headlock is applied once again. We may see a submission here on a roll of 5 or lower. And on a roll of 5, he got it. So Ed Lewis, in 2 consecutive falls, has won the Patriot Heavyweight Championship. So congratulations to Ed Lewis after a very tough match. It is Lewis who comes away as your new Patriot Heavyweight Champion. And Kurt Angle will have to go to the back of the line. So congratulations to Ed Lewis on a very well-fought match, winning in consecutive falls by way of the Strangler's headlock and taking control once and for all of the Patriot Heavyweight Championship. So, a fine battle between 2 outstanding technical competitors. We will see nothing like that in tonight's main event, as we say hello to Captain Carl 8 in the chat room, and after further review with Steve Tower. Kurt Angle soaks in the "You Suck" chants as he leaves the ring in defeat, having lost the Patriot Heavyweight Championship to Ed Strangler Lewis. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your main event. Quick drink of water here. For those of you who missed the opening, I am at war with my allergies. It's a losing battle, and I am a good bit hoarse tonight, but determined to get Heartland Championship Wrestling onto the channel on a Saturday night. We saw the Wild Samoans become the #1 contenders to the NWA World Tag Team Championship in our opening match. And now we have just seen Ed Strangler Lewis in consecutive falls defeat Kurt Angle. Angle had it going there in the second fall, but Lewis survived the ankle lock and came back and got the Strangler's headlock applied once again and scored the victory over Kurt Angle to regain the Patriot Heavyweight Championship. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your main event of the evening. The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall and no time limit. And this is for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger out of Norman, Oklahoma, 6'2", 275 pounds. And the winner of this year's Money in the Bank ladder match, cashing it in here tonight in Washington, D.C. He is the challenger, Dr. Death Steve Williams. As the song Boomer Sooner plays, And the fans here come to their feet, appreciating the talents of Steve Dr. Death Williams. And his opponent is your reigning and defending NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He stands at 6'5" tall. He weighs in at 452 pounds from the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. He is the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Big Van Vader. All right, so it is Vader versus Dr. Death Steve Williams with the NWA Heavyweight Championship on the line. And Vader is indeed the favorite in this match. And he is your current heavyweight champion. Steve Dr. Death Williams was the winner of the Money in the Bank ladder match to earn this shot at the gold here in DC tonight. And the opening initiative roll is tied. And that means shenanigans will be afoot. We will go to our Face to the Mat Highlight Center booklet. And it will be Steve Williams rolling on the wild card result here. I do not allow matches to end on the wild card result, but I do allow things to happen based on this. And on a roll of 3-5 is the wrestler powerful. Williams is powerful, but Vader is more powerful. So we'll say no. Wrestler takes knee to the chin as opponent breaks submission hold. Opponent scores 1 point. So Dr. Death tried to overpower Van Vader on the opening lockup, and Vader just shoves Williams to the canvas. As Steve Tower says, all the makings for a Pier 6 brawl here indeed. Vader in control to start things off. He is going to go for a power elbow drop. That is a choice E maneuver. So he is going to need a roll of 9 or lower to complete the power elbow drop. And he got him. So Vader shoves Williams down to the canvas, drops a big elbow on him. And Williams is down to start things off here in DC. And Vader immediately goes to the Vader bomb. That's a +1 finisher. There will be a pin on a roll of 3 or lower. And on a roll of 4, he almost got him. Boy, Vader off to a quick start here, shoving Dr. Death to the canvas and then dropping him with a big Vader bomb to take control early in this one. And now it is out of the ring is the roll. And out we go to the arena floor. Both these men are A-rated brawlers. And on a roll of 10, that is going to favor Big Van Vader. Let's see what happens on the out of the ring chart. The opponent comes out of the ring and tries to hit you with an object like a steel chair. So Vader already getting the foreign objects involved. He shoves the referee to the side. And the match continues. He may just be disqualified here, but he will not be. And so it is Vader who smokes Dr. Death with a steel chair. And action goes back into the ring as we say hello to D. Scott Howard in the chat room. And out of the ring we go again. These two men are interested in mixing it up on the arena floor. And on a roll of 10, we do go to the out of the ring ringside mayhem chart. So what does the ringside mayhem chart have in store here? It is going to be the tables chart. We go to the tables chart with Vader in control. And on a roll of 7, it is Vader who slides a table into the ring and sets it up. So Vader sets up a table into the ring. Both men go to the gut check roll. And it is, Dr. Death wins the gut check roll. Vader gets a 4 minus 2 is a 2. Williams gets a 7, 6, 5, 4. So Williams wins the death jump roll. What's going to happen here? He is going to spear Vader through the table. Both men go through the table. Both men suffer a point of fatigue as Vader sets up the table and Williams spears Vader through the table. Both men are down. But it is Williams in control as Vader took the worst of that blow. All right, Williams, what's he going to do now? He is going to go for the doctor bomb up and down to the canvas hard. He's going to go for the cover here. And on a roll of 3 or lower, we'll have a new world champion. But on a roll of 10, Vader kicks out of that one with authority. Williams now in control. Williams now with a belly-to-belly suplex. And Vader slowly staggers to his feet. Both these men have already taken a pounding here. They've been through a table together. Vader has delivered Williams a big power bomb and been hit with a Dr. Bomb on his own. And it is Williams now with a football tackle. Williams with a football tackle. He did play defensive line at the University of Oklahoma. He's going to go for the cover here on a roll of 4 or lower. And on a roll of 5, Vader just got that shoulder out of there. So Vader exploding, or excuse me, Dr. Death exploding on Big Van Vader after spearing him through the table and hitting him with a big football tackle. And now Williams is going to the Oklahoma Stampede. He's going, actually, there's a mechanic on Dr. Death's chart. Roll 1 die, even play normal, odd, use the backdrop driver, which is a +3. So Williams going for it on the backdrop driver. This is a +3 finisher. 3, 6, 8. And on a roll of 8 or lower, we have a new World Heavyweight Champion. And on a roll of 7, he got it. How about that? Dr. Death, Steve Williams, has won the NWA World Heavyweight Championship by way of the backdrop driver. Boy, it looked like Vader was in control from the beginning, overpowering Williams at the start and hitting him with the Vader bomb, but Williams survived that. Vader made the mistake of trying to get a table into the ring. That gave time for Dr. Death to recover, and Williams speared Vader through the table. And from there, Williams was relentless, hitting him with the football tackle and then the Oklahoma Stampede. And by way of pinfall, your winner and new NWA World Heavyweight Champion, it is Dr. Death, Steve Williams. A stunning upset indeed by Dr. Death. And Oklahoma fans all over the world are rejoicing. Jim Ross is rejoicing. And yeah, Williams was a good dude. May he rest in peace. May both these men rest in peace. But your winner and new NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the one and only Dr. Death, Steve Williams. And that is where we will wrap things up for tonight. Thanks everybody for coming out and bearing with me through my allergy attacks. Steve Tower, Frank Wainscott, D. Scott Howard, Captain Carl H., and anybody and everybody who is catching this on the replay from Washington, D.C. Thank you so much for tuning in. From the Dave Cave, this is Dave Little signing off. That's our stream, and I am out of here.